Hey guys, how you all doing? Um, Today I just want to have a bit of a rant about a wee bit of a moan because I'm quite pissed off at this Call of Duty. Now, first of all, I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty. Hate if you wish, like I used to be. Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, 3, and I liked Black Ops, the first one. Second one was kind of like, that's enough. It's getting a bit OTT for me, so I moved over to Battlefield, so I play Battlefield. Don't get me wrong, I'm not going to play Battlefield 1 um, because the reason I went off Call of Duty, well, a lot of reasons, is it just got repetitive. It was just a same game every fucking year, and it was just getting more and more futuristic. I mean, I'm not even going to surprise if the next one takes place on Mars or some shit like that. You know, it's just ridiculous. But I'm not a big fan of games set in World War One or World War Two. I just kind of like my games to be modern time, something that's just relative. You know, so to me, as yeah. But what's pissing me off is Activision and this whole Infinite Warfare thing. What I mean is, when I seen that they were remastering Modern Warfare, I was like, fuck yeah, yeah, brilliant. Oh, I'm going to get that. That looks amazing. And to give them the respect, they've done a blooming good job of it. From what I've seen online, it looks really good. A better remaster than what most games get. And I thought, right, told my friends about it. They're like, "Oh, fucking awesome! Back in the day, go back to and play Call of Duty 4 again." And on the new systems, all the added benefits I've been able to Xbox record that and all that stuff. You know, I was like, oh, that's going to be awesome, you know. And then Activision basically just go, oh, let's we've got this other game, Infinite Warfare, and most of us went, nah, I'm okay, thanks, no thanks. Yeah, but you know, you need to buy it. Oh, no, I don't want to buy it. Aye, but you need to buy it because we're going to make you pay for it. So you're going to force me to buy something that I do not want? Yeah, pretty much. Aye. So Activision is basically sticking their dick down our throats. Because like, oh, but you want Modern Warfare? Yes, we're willing to pay for that game, but we're not interested in this one. Well, if you want this game, we're going to need to make you pay for this one, buy that one. And that's like, how do you go fuck yourselves, Activision? If you're listening, fuck off. Like, is it not enough that you not make enough money? I mean, people buy your games. I mean, people will buy Infinite Warfare. A lot of people might love it. Majority of people I know and what's going on right now is this hatred towards it. It started off people just didn't like the look of the game. Now it's just getting worse because you're forcing a game into people's hands. That's like me going to see a movie at the cinema. I see the trailer and I go, nah, that looks shit. I don't want to watch that movie when that comes out. And that company, like any movie studio, it might flop and they take the hit. They make a loss. They don't come chapping your door and force a fucking Blu-ray into your hand saying, "Oh, you need to pay for it. You need to buy the film and disc, or we're going to drag you to the cinema and make you watch it, just so you can see the movie that you actually want to watch." So once you've watched the movie, you've paid to go and see in the cinema. Well, before you get to see that, we're going to make you sit in front of this other one first. That just you can't. No, I just don't agree. That's bullshit. it's I could use analogies all over the shop. Going on a date with a hot chick and she's bringing her ugly friend with her. You know what I mean? It's like, why don't you fuck off and go home? That's kind of what I feel like about this. I mean, I don't want to play Infinite Warfare. It's clearly obvious. And people are going to say, oh, no, but you've not played the game. You might like it. It's the same again. You watch a trailer of a movie, you kind of pretty much know whether you're going to like it or not. I know I don't want to jump around in the sky and running alongside the walls and all that bullshit. Boots on the ground for me. And I like to have things modern day, as I said. So, no Battlefield 1 for me. And that's not to say that's going to be fucking awesome for a lot of people. I'm not going to say that's shit. And EA are a cunt of a company as well. Let's be honest. It's not just Activision. In fact, EA got worst company in America or worst company in the industry or something and voted somewhere. I read in an article, well, Activision aren't far behind. And they're not helping themselves by doing this. I mean, we live in a world now where when I was a kid, games, you just went out, you bought the game, you put a disc in and you played. And that was simpler. As technology gets better, I thought technology was to make our lives simpler. So, everything should be faster, should be more powerful, in a sense it is. But we should still be able to choose our game, whether we did download it online, which is a good thing, or we buy the disc and we just put it in and we play it. Now we're getting everything, DLC, microtransactions, Hitman, buy this game but then get it and drip feed it to you over a year, which will rush and you'll get 6 missions and you're like, oh, but you can play the same mission over and over in different ways. 6 missions. Have you actually worked on any more of the game? That's Hitman though, I'm not going to get into that. That looks shit, I'm not playing that either. And I'm a big Hitman fan, but fuck off. But this Call of Duty thing, like, if it is a concern with them that they're going to make some form of loss, like they've spent hundreds of millions of dollars or whatever making Infinite Warfare, and they've realised the fan base has kind of went, nah, not for me. They might make a loss, and they've predicted that, if this is the case. Then to recoup those losses, rather than forcing the fucking game into your hands, what would be wrong with them just saying, look, this Modern Warfare thing, Remastered, is very popular. So much more popular than we're going to lose out on in Infinite Warfare. Why don't we remaster the second one and the third one, and maybe even Black Ops, or the games that were all on the last gen consoles with the older engines? Let's boost them up, and they could sell each one of those at probably £40 or £50, and I'd pay that. And it's an old game as well. Remember, when it's not technically worth full game value, but justifying the work that's been put into it for the visuals and better sound quality and that kind of shit. They'd sell so much copies of that they would recoup their losses for Infinite Warfare very quickly. And people will still buy fucking Infinite Warfare. In fact, they'd probably sell a lot more if they just dropped this force feeding you shit, Something needs to change. I'm not saying I'm going to be able to change anything. I'm not saying this video is going to change anything. But if anybody for Activision is listening, which they probably won't, just give people what they want. At the end of the day, they're giving you their money for a product. So why not give people what they want? And just sell Modern Warfare Remastered as a separate game, because you're marketing it as a standalone game. But what fucking standalone game requires? This leads up to the next stage of this bullshit. You need the fucking Infinite Warfare disc to play it. So if you were thinking, like I was, I'll just buy the game, and then as soon as I've got Modern Warfare installed, I'll sell on Infinite Warfare. Well, if you're on Xbox, at least, you can't. You need the disc of another game to play a digital download of a standalone game. Is anybody else confused by that? Like, that's, it's mind-boggling. If you're on the PlayStation 4, and this isn't, I don't know if this is 100%, but I've read it in a few places that Activision have said that if you're on the PlayStation, you do not need the disc. So within theory, if you're a PS4 player and you're going to get the game for the PS4, then you can buy the legacy thing, spend your £80 or whatever, and then just trade in Infinite Warfare immediately while they're still in the store, or if you need to install the thing at home first, then uninstall it or whatever. Things like that. You can do that according to what I've read. And that might just because Activision have partnered up with Sony this year. Because you get the game, if you buy the game, or if you pre-order the game, you got, and still can at this particular moment, you can get the single player version of Modern Warfare up until release date. It was a 30-day early thing. You can still get it now. And the clause to that is you have to pay for the full thing up front. It's not just put a £10 or $10 deposit down and then get the game, and then whatever, you had to pay for the whole thing. But at the end of that, I suppose you could just trade in Infinite Warfare, but not on Xbox. Now I have a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One, so I could within theory take advantage of that. I could play the single player early right now if I was to go and buy it, and yeah, I could trade in Infinite Warfare. But none of my friends play games online on PlayStation. I prefer playing games online myself on Xbox Live. I also have an Xbox One Elite controller, and it's great for first-person shooters. I use it for Battlefield, and it makes me a better player because I'm not the best. So I kind of want to play it on that as well. So I'm stuck between a rock and a hard place because a good few of my friends will not be buying this game from Activision simply on the basis of this 80 quid for a game. I'm on the fence. I haven't decided whether I am, because I do really want to play Modern Warfare, but I don't know if I'm going to pay that kind of money for that. And I'm sure I'm not the only one. I'm not alone there either. So yeah, and it gets even worse. It's not just so. I mean, let's just recap. Forcing you to buy a game you don't want. You need the disc, and then it comes up to storage. You're going to need 130 gigabytes to install both those games. Yep, you heard me correctly. 130 gigabytes to install both games. Now, I don't know if that means you get to install, how that works. Do you have to install Infinite Warfare before you can download Modern Warfare? And then can you thus uninstall Infinite Warfare? I don't know, because obviously the game's not out yet. I don't have it, but I'll look into that. But judging with the way they're going, I wouldn't be surprised if you need to have them both installed, because essentially you need the disc, don't you? And if you get the games digital, I don't know. 130 gig for basically to play one game that you want and paying £80 for it, and having to put the disc of another game into play and download game. This is all kinds of fucked up. So, and I mean, like I say, the way games are sold to us these days is it's like Call of Duty. The reason I think Call of Duty is shit nowadays is the same reason why I think Assassin's Creed is shit these days. It's because you're getting the same game every fucking year, and it just gets OTT. When you look at games like The Last of Us, they made one game, and it was gold. To me, to my opinion, it's the best game ever made, and that's saying something considering for years I've said Half-Life was the best game ever made. I love The Last of Us, but they only made one of those. But look at the love and attention they gave that game. Every Uncharted Naughty Dog's made, and that's loads of games are like that. They make one or two, or they make a few, and then they leave it. They move on to something else. Call of Duty is just, it's not going to go away. But they should maybe dial it down a wee bit and just, this is just me, my opinion, I'd like to see them just dial it down. Look at Battlefield. How often does those games come out, but yet they're always really good? And instead of just making another one next year and next year, they just keep adding and improving the one you've already got. With new DLC and this and that and blah blah blah. A gun bench and all these wee bits they can add into the game. I mean, DLCs don't have to just be maps. I mean, they could do things like that, like add more customization to your character, your weapons, have nighttime maps instead of all the maps that are already in daylight, things like that. They could do a lot of things, but no. Let's just keep selling the same fucking game every year, and we'll just paint it a different colour. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna cut it short there. But if you guys liked this video, or you didn't mind me complaining or moaning, tell me what you thought. What are you going to do? What you thought of this video? Leave a comment below. And if you liked the video, hit that thumbs up. It does help us out tremendously. And subscribe as well for more videos coming soon. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.